how can we identify a spiritualized ego? So on the spiritual path, there is always this danger that one grows a spiritualized ego, and this is essentially when one believes that the state of consciousness is enlightened or Allah or the true self, but in reality that image that one has of oneself in one's current state of consciousness is ego consciousness. It is nafs. It is not reality. It's an image of ourselves that we identify with and believe in. And many preachers, such as priests, imams, sheikhs, gurus, and so on, who gain a lot of fame in the worldly life, because of their spiritual teachings, they have this danger of growing a spiritualized identity, a spiritualized ego that they identify a lot with. And many of them, many very famous spiritual teachers, actually have a very strong ego identity that they identify with. So they can appear very enlightened. They can appear like they know everything. They can appear like they are super confident and they believe so much in themselves, and that's so inspiring because we all want to believe in ourselves. But in reality, this consciousness, they are confident in an image of themselves, of an identity of themselves, a persona, a professional mask, you can say, of themselves, and that identity they are very confident in. But it's not the true self. It's not Allah. It's not the light. It's not enlightenment, marifah, gnosis. When we start approaching the real light of Allah, the real light of enlightenment, we become extremely humble. So the signs of true enlightenment is humility. Enormous amounts of humility, vulnerability, gratitude, love. Those are some real signs. What are the signs of a spiritualized ego? So, okay, now that we know that there is this risk for a spiritualized ego, how can we identify it? There's one sign that I see almost universally in many of these teachers who have grown a spiritualized ego. One sign: they have an aura of being invincible. I repeat, they have this aura of being invincible, like they can say whatever they want, they can do whatever they want, they are sort of free from karma, essentially. They are free from sort of having to take a negative consequence of their actions. They can do whatever they want. Like think about a surfer who just goes for a higher and higher wave, and then when he succeeds with 10-meter wave, he goes to 15, then 20, then 25. He has no sort of, there's no break, so to speak. There's this sense of invincible. I can do whatever I want. I can fly almost. I can climb the mountain. I can jump over a cliff. They have this type of invincibility aura, whilst normal people like you and me, we are a little bit more shy in that sense, or sort of try to hold back in times and be reserved with what we say and what we do and so on. And the true spiritual path is actually, it produces humility. The real awliya, the real saints of all traditions are extremely humble, extremely grateful. And that confidence is a real type of confidence. So this type of confidence that gives an aura of invincibility, that shows signs of a spiritualized ego. And this is getting more and more common these days. So may we all be protected from that, and may we all work on our own humility and become more humble people. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum.